Welcome to Dark Woods, a collection of 5 terrifying tales that will take you deep into the heart of the forest. Each story is carefully crafted to chill your bones and haunt your dreams. So grab a flashlight, sit back, and let's venture into the unknown. In the depths of the forest, there was a hiker named Sarah who had been warned not to venture off the trail. But she was an experienced hiker, and she knew the forest like the back of her hand. Or so she thought. As the sun began to set, Sarah realized she was lost. She had wandered too far from the trail, and now she was alone and frightened. She walked for hours, but the trees seemed to close in around her. And then she stumbled upon an old cabin. It was abandoned, but it looked like it had been recently occupied. Sarah's instincts told her to stay away, but she was desperate for shelter. She entered the cabin, and that's when she heard the whispers. In a forest nestled in the heart of the Pacific Northwest, there was a legend about a place where the trees seemed to watch you. The locals called it the Forest of Eyes. They said that if you ventured too far in, you'd feel the weight of 1,000 gazes upon you. Mark, a skeptic, decided to investigate. He laughed at the idea of an ancient forest being alive, but as he walked deeper into the woods, he began to feel a creeping sense of unease. It started with the rustling of leaves, the snapping of twigs, and the soft whisper of his name. Mark tried to shake off the feeling, but he couldn't shake the sense that he was being watched. And then he saw them. Eyes. Everywhere. Watching him. In a small town surrounded by dense forest, there was a legend about a tree that was said to be cursed. The locals called it the Devil's Tree. They said that if you approached the tree, you'd be consumed by an unholy presence. Emily, a curious teenager, decided to investigate. She snuck out of her house one night and made her way to the tree. As she approached, she felt a strange energy emanating from it. The tree seemed to be pulsing with an otherworldly power. Emily tried to leave, but her feet seemed rooted to the spot. And then she heard the voice, a voice that seemed to come from the tree itself. In a forest plagued by darkness and despair, there was a legend about a shadowy figure that stalked the trees. They called it the Shadow Man. He was said to appear to those who ventured too far into the forest, and once you saw him, you were doomed. Rachel, a brave journalist, decided to investigate the legend. She packed her camera and notebook and ventured into the forest. As she walked deeper into the woods, she began to feel a presence lurking just out of sight. She tried to capture evidence, but her camera seemed to malfunction. And then she saw him, the Shadow Man. He was tall, imposing, and seemed to be made of darkness itself. In a forest where the trees seemed to whisper secrets to the wind, there was a legend about a place where the dead walked. The locals called it the Forest of the Dead. They said that if you ventured too far in, you'd be trapped in a world of the undead. Alex, a paranormal investigator, decided to explore the forest. He brought his equipment and a healthy dose of skepticism. But as he walked deeper into the woods, he began to feel a strange energy. The air seemed to vibrate with the whispers of the dead. And then he saw them, the undead, rising from the earth, their eyes empty, their skin gray.